Here's the scenario. A crisis on the high seas.
Shots fired, take cover!
Crewmen scrambling for their lives. They're under attack by pirates, and they're unarmed. Almost all they have to defend themselves is this, a blast of noise. We've come to the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy here on Long Island Sound, where we've been given rare access to this training ship for an anti-piracy exercise. And to get it started, I'm going to join the pirates for a mock assault on this ship. I climb into a motorboat and we begin our approach. From 5 football fields away, the message is as clear as a bell, and it can be delivered in virtually any language. It's called LRAD, for Long Range Acoustic Device. At first, it's a loud warning to stay away, but then... the piercing sound is unbearable, forcing anyone in their right mind to turn around and turn away. 4 years ago, the luxury ship Seabourn Spirit used a similar device to outrun Somali pirates. Scott Stuckey is with a company that makes the LRAD. That is very piercing. You feel it throughout your body.
Absolutely. They use 2 LRADs on their vessels and make the pirates think, wow, do we want to attack this vessel that's obviously prepared? Perhaps we should go look at someone else.
But what happens if that first line of defense fails and the pirates just keep coming?
Look out, report the boat.
Joe Tenaglia, a former Navy commander, is conducting our exercise. And he says merchant seamen in the hostile Indian Ocean are outgunned, under-equipped, and underfunded. And the pirates?
They're buying GPS receivers. They're buying VHF radios. I mean, they're buying Yamaha engines.
Making them better pirates.
Making them better pirates.
And remember, like most commercial vessels, this crew is unarmed.
It's going to get close into the vessel, probably 5 or 10 yards. We're going to maneuver, lights, whistle, flares, fire hose, so we can repel these guys. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But as soon as the pirates fire a shot...
Shots fired, take cover, retreat!
The battle is over, and this crew, like the one on the Maersk, Alabama, is under orders to run for cover. And all the horns, all the whistles, all the water hoses, all the flares in the world wouldn't stop that.
It might stop the fishermen, but it ain't stopping the pirate.
The crew tries to get to the safety of the engine room before the pirates get to them.
This is a lot like the Maersk, Alabama. They retreated to the engine room. Basically, we're stuck down here now. We don't have any communication with the outside world. Hopefully the next person knocking on that door is going to be a Navy SEAL.
In the case of the Maersk, Alabama, most of the crew fled into the bowels of the ship.
We just barricaded ourselves in, and the chief engineer shut the whole plant down.
Yes.
Generators down, the whole ship went dead. Nothing, no machinery sound, no light.
The captain and 3 of the crew were captured.
Pirates have the advantage. They have the advantage because once they get on board your ship and they have AK-47s, RPGs, and handguns, the crew is basically defenseless at that point in time, and the only thing they can do is take shelter and wait for help to arrive.
For the next 4.5 days, as Captain Phillips bobbed at gunpoint in that lifeboat, the USS Bainbridge and the world watched and waited. Up until now, almost every successful release of hostages has involved paying a ransom, as James Christodoulou knows all too well. What did he ask for?
Well, like everybody, they asked for money. And you learn very early on, John, that this is really, to them, a business transaction.
It was the day after Thanksgiving, when one of his company's vessels was seized in the Indian Ocean. He decided to negotiate. After dropping about $1 million in ransom to the pirates, his crew of 28 was released unharmed.
Our only objective was to get my crew home safely, physically, emotionally intact to their families, and really there were no other options available to us.
You know, our Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, said we shouldn't pay ransom.
And I can understand that, and I certainly respect other people's feelings. But once again, I was the CEO of a company that had a crew that entrusted me with their lives and entrusted me to do absolutely everything to get them out.
But what about arming crews on merchant ships?
I'm absolutely against that.
And so is this crew member from the Maersk, Alabama.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, you know, that could escalate, you know. We get bigger guns and they could get bigger guns.
But not everyone agrees. There's heated debate.
Is there a solution? I think it's armed guards or armed crews. That's the only thing that's going to stop it.
For the captain of the Maersk, help was about to arrive. Men with guns dropping out of the sky. Navy SEALs, snipers.
They have to be perfect. That's where it goes, that science and precision.
Mac Maxowicz was a SEAL sniper himself for 10 years, and one of the few who ever talk about it.
Snipers are taught to actually pay attention to everything: humidity, elevation, gravity sometimes with the round, how gravity can affect the round.
And along with that, try to hit 3 targets in a lifeboat that's bobbing like a cork in the ocean. They're in that sniper zone.
The sniper bubble, yeah. They're in this thing called a sniper bubble, and really, ultimately, once they get in that position, the outside world, it disappears. The only thing that matters in that moment is what's happening on that boat.
What was that like? Well, just today, off the Pacific coast, we got a remarkable demonstration. Sal Pietropoli is an ex-Marine sniper.
That is in the temple.
How did he do? He scored 10 direct hits.
You feel confident to be able to take a shot like that, like those Navy snipers did, to save someone's life.